Hey, welcome to the show. We are live. It's Wrestling Uncensored. The first Smackdown back in front of fans. WWE Money in the Bank preview. And Goldberg, Cena, and Rock coming back. We'll tell you when. Let's go. Wow. A lot going on, Big Johnny. There he is. What's up, Big Johnny?
A lot going on, you say. I guess SmackDown was eventful. It was nice to have fans back, a lot of good energy. I felt they kind of started in reverse a bit. I thought we had the main event to start off the show, which was great. But it was hard to keep that energy going, though, I thought.
Yeah, the main event started off the show. Roman Reigns and the Usos getting the win over Edge and the Mysterios. One of the Usos, I think it was Jay, hit Rey Mysterio from the outside. Jimmy rolled up Rey Mysterio right after with a handful of tights. Double cheating. Uso interference and a handful of tights to get the win over Rey Mysterio. Was that your match of the night tonight, Johnny?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, just off the crowd reaction alone, the crowd was so hot for that match. It was a pretty good match, too. I got to give Dominic Mysterio a lot of credit. That was probably his best outing, I think, we've seen him ever have.
I don't know. It was all right. I wasn't blown away by Dominic. I thought Roman did well in that match. Interested to see Roman come back in front of a live audience with this new gimmick. It's a different Roman now. He's not the same Roman he was before the pandemic and the fans and all this kind of stuff, right? The fans have disappeared for so long. What do they say, 17 months away? It's been a long time since the WWE's been on the road doing wrestling shows in front of packed arenas. Just over 14,000 fans tonight in attendance in Houston. I thought it was really nice to see the fans back. It definitely gave the show more energy. You could tell that the WWE was trying a little bit harder tonight. Finn Balor returning. That was pretty cool. They're trying, but overall, from my perspective, as a guy who watches SmackDown every week, this was not that different of a show than what we've seen over the past several months. This didn't feel like a huge departure from the Thunderdome or the SmackDowns of the past. This didn't feel much better of an actual product than, what we got last week or the week before. Did it feel like different to you? Like the fans, of course, they add something, but you're still at home watching it on TV, and it wasn't like a raucous crowd who was going to kind of go against the grain. They're cheering for who the WWE wants them to cheer for. It wasn't really a rough crowd. They started in Houston. It's kind of easy. They didn't start in New York. I look forward to seeing what the crowd's going to be like at Madison Square Garden when they do SmackDown there in September. Philadelphia, even Boston to a certain extent, Chicago, Montreal, Toronto. These types of places are more of an indication of what the WWE is like and what the fans are really feeling. Some of the most hardcore, crazy, hard-to-please fans. They go out to the UK. I think they have a UK tour booked at some point. That'll be interesting. Hopefully they do some TV there. Those fans always give it to them. But they kind of had an easy run of it first time tonight in Houston. The fans weren't out of control, and everybody that was supposed to be cheered got cheered, and everybody that was supposed to be booed, for the most part, got those boos. Johnny, was it a big departure for you, SmackDown, this week? Did you think it was a big difference from what we've seen?
Well, just entrances alone. When people come out, it just feels it's all, cinema, just a big screen, whatever, them come out, them do a pose. This, when they came out, you actually felt something, and the fans gave them a reaction. That Edge entrance was probably one of the best moments we saw tonight. just so amazing. Like, you could feel his passion for wrestling when he comes out there. Like, his love for the audience, like, is just, you could feel that through the screen. Like, it was so amazing watching that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. I don't know. I didn't feel it the way you did. I saw you tweeting out. You had goosebumps at North Genesis on Twitter. Johnny was very excited about it, but like, it was all right.
You're the one who wanted Daniel Bryan in the match, so thankfully we don't have him this time around. So things are better now.
Yeah, well, maybe for you. I don't really understand how things are better without Daniel Bryan. Like, do you actually mean that? You think the WWE's better off without Daniel Bryan? Because I'd have to strongly disagree on that one, John, as you might expect.
Of course, but I meant more towards this match. Like, Edge won the Rumble. Edge deserved the one-on-one match.
Deserved.
None of this whole, like,
it's a work.
Everything else. No, he won the match. Why am I looking all different? It's kind of weird.
I don't know, you look better. I liked you, Robot John. I like robot hair, John. Anyways, I think Daniel Bryan is desperately missing from the WWE right now. But, yeah, I like the Edge versus Roman one-on-one match. I agree. I'm happy that we get to see it. As far as Edge won the Rumble, he deserved the match at one-on-one at WrestleMania. Like, I mean, spare me with that, John. He was booked to win the Rumble. He did. And then they changed the match for Mania, or they just went with the plan that they had all along. I don't know. I thought the match at Mania was pretty good. I thought Daniel Bryan made it better by being in it. I think the match at Mania will probably be better than the match that we see Edge versus Roman one-on-one this Sunday at Money in the Bank. So you could say that it's better without Daniel Bryan, but again, I would have to disagree strongly.
Well, we'll find out this Sunday, but I think no matter what, even if the match is better, you're still going to say the match wasn't better. So whatever, we're going to agree to disagree on that one anyway. So, but I'm glad we're finally getting to see it. Like, I really wanted to see this match.
That's not true. You know that's not true. If the match is better, I'll say it's better. Just because a match doesn't have Daniel Bryan in it doesn't mean I can't admit that it's a better match. That's false, John, and you know it. Don't
felt nothing for his entrance tonight. Like, if you're feeling nothing now, I don't know. I don't feel like you're going to feel much for anything this Sunday.
I don't know, man. Edge's entrance was cool, I guess. I didn't feel the way you did. I wasn't super excited about seeing Edge come out and do his entrance. He's been in front of fans before. I've seen it before a million times. I don't know. I don't feel it the way you do, John, I guess. But Edge versus Roman this Sunday. We'll preview Money in the Bank here coming up. You see the after-match stuff. After the Usos cheated to win the six-man tag, they attacked Rey Mysterio and Dominic. Edge shows up, makes a save with a chair. Roman hits a Superman punch on Edge. And then Roman goes for the chair. He goes to do that thing where he breaks the chair and takes the rod of the chair and does a crossface, that thing that Edge has been doing. But Edge spears him and does a crossface with the chair thing on him. And then Edge stands tall, not Roman, with the title belt. You know, at WrestleMania, I thought, it's WrestleMania. Maybe somebody drops the belt here. Maybe Roman drops the belt to Edge or Bryan. You went into WrestleMania thinking Roman is most likely to retain, but there is a possibility that he drops it here. It's Mania, it's Edge, it's Daniel Bryan. Who knows? In this one, though, we all know that John Cena is supposed to return next week on SmackDown to start a SummerSlam program with Roman Reigns. For the belt. That's a rumor that's been out there. People are reporting it. I think it was Fightful that reported it first. It's out there. Cena's coming back next week on SmackDown. WWE might as well advertise it at this point. Everybody sees it coming. And everybody sees Roman retaining the title on Sunday coming as well. Because if he doesn't, what's Cena coming back for? You see? It's too obvious. And that's another problem that I have with the match on Sunday. It's just like, well, a lot of shit is leaked at this point, and it seems pretty obvious that Edge isn't going to win the belt, so, you know, the match better be damn good. Because that's all you really have for it. It's like, well, match quality could be good because Edge is in there with Roman. It could be a really good one, but that's about it. You know who's going to win. I could tell you the finish as well. You know, guillotine, choke. Roman wraps that guillotine and either Edge taps out or just passes out. Either or. Same result. Submission victory for Roman Reigns. Still Universal Champion. That's where I'm at with that match.
Right, and you felt the same way at WrestleMania, and you're like, yeah, you want Daniel Bryan to win, but you said it like, you know, Roman Reigns is more than likely going to win. Like, it's hard to believe Roman Reigns would lose. Like, you don't think Roman Reigns is going to lose until probably like The Rock shows up or something like that. Even John Cena showing up, you don't think John Cena is going to win. I mean, Roman's almost like a clear lock to win almost every match, pretty much till like next year's WrestleMania. So it's hard to go against Roman whatsoever. But Edge, regardless, like, that's a match that's very interesting to watch. Like, two great wrestlers going at it. I'd love to see that. Even though if I know who's going to win, I think it's still going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I think it'll be all right. I don't know. It's not the same as a Daniel Bryan match for me. I think it'll be fine. I want to give a shout-out to Doug Hepburn. He super chatted before the show even started. He is the current super chat leader of the show. Started leading before, like 2 hours before our show started. When SmackDown started, he says, "Boys, I'm giving the show a 10. It's only 8:07 p.m. I wonder what you give it now, Doug. Where are you at now?" Doug Hepburn is a member of the team. His name shows up in green in the chat. I'm seeing Franco316 trying to join and have his name show up in green. It should, Franco, if you did join. To join, all you have to do is click the join button right beneath me here on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube, click that join button. Be like Doug and Franco. Join the team. Become a member. Click that join button. Very easy to do, and then you're a member of the team, and then, you know, you get preferential treatment. AJ's in the chat. Settle down, AJ. He's just, like, spamming again. Classic AJ. Edge versus Roman. We both think Roman retains. What do you think of the Cena rumors? I mean, we've heard them for a while. It seems kind of logical at this point. Have Cena come in, do the honors to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. The other rumor that came out, I think it was Wrestling Observer that put this story out, that it'll be The Rock and one of the Usos against Roman and one of the Usos at WrestleMania 38 in 2022, which is, of course, the next WrestleMania. So because The Rock may have some movie obligations that'll prevent him from having a one-on-one match, he could kind of hide and not do so much, maybe not take a single bump type of thing in a tag team match and still do a program with Roman and involve the Usos, which would probably mean Roman drops the belt between now and WrestleMania. Probably not at SummerSlam to John Cena, but at some point between SummerSlam and WrestleMania, you would expect Roman to drop the belt, if that indeed is the plan for Mania 38 next year. Not bad.
Well, we're still ways away from this happening, and you know, the idea of The Rock showing up, like, I mean, they feel like every year they're saying like, oh, The Rock could be at this year's, like we thought last year, right? Going into this year's WrestleMania, they wanted Roman and The Rock, right? Ever since this whole Roman Reigns title reign started, we thought this would end with The Rock at WrestleMania, but we didn't get it this past WrestleMania. So I'm sure they're always going to shoot it, because I'm sure that's the big idea they want to do, but can they pull it off is the big thing. So it's a great idea, and definitely they should do it sometime. But will they do it? Who knows? I mean, I'm guessing LA was obviously the best choice for them, but that's in 2 years from now, WrestleMania, right? Because next year's WrestleMania is in Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're patient, but I mean, wow, you got to really wonder how long Roman Reigns is going to be champion for. A lot of patience there. I mean, he's probably going to win and lose the title, I would think, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it, who can really beat Roman Reigns right now? It just doesn't seem like anyone's going to.
They haven't really positioned anybody to be close to that spot except for Seth Rollins, right?
Right. Yeah. That's about it.
Seth is believable. And he's,
especially
he's circling.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
possible
talking
there,
about it.
sure.
He's talking about it. So I think Seth is always a possibility there with Roman as a guy to take it off of him. Other than that, I don't really know.
There's really nobody.
Yeah, there's nobody right now. But a tag team match? I feel like the one-on-one is where you want to go and what you want to do. Roman versus The Rock. A tag team match with the Usos is kind of like second prize, And that's how apparently the WWE is seeing it too. They want to do the one-on-one, but if they can't, they'll do a tag team match, which I'm not so hot on. The idea of Cena versus Roman appeals to me just in the build-up to the match. I think the promos will be good. The match itself, who knows? And again, I don't really buy Cena coming back to beat Roman and become the champion again. Then again, it's Cena. Never bet against Cena, right? I mean, John Cena. He's almost believable just based on the strength of who he is, and but if you think about it logically, well, if he's champion, he'd have to stick around, and he's not sticking around, right? So unlikely that Cena beats Roman at SummerSlam. What did you think of Vince McMahon's appearance on the show tonight? I think I would have appreciated Edge's entrance if it didn't come after several entrances. Edge, you're talking about Edge's entrance. I saw Vince come out, get this huge reaction, and deliver a dud of a promo. You see Roman Reigns and the Usos come out, and then Rey Mysterio and Dominic come out, and then Edge comes out. It's like, by that time I was already sick of entrances. And the crowd wasn't as hot as they would have been had they just opened the show with the six-man and opened the show with, Edge coming out, and then the Mysterios, and then Roman and his crew, and no Vince. I think that's why I didn't feel the Edge thing like you did, John. I don't know. There was, too much before. And the Vince thing, Vince comes out, huge reaction, they're singing his song. He goes, "Where the hell have you been?" And then he just turns around and leaves. After taking a bow. He took a bow, and then he left. What do you mean, where have we been, Vince? Are you so unaware of the world that you didn't know there was a global pandemic? What's going on? What kind of strange thing to say is that? Where the hell have you been? I mean, what was the thinking behind that line? What was the thinking behind sending Vince out as the first guy to get a pop? Don't forget, at WrestleMania, he was the first guy out too, and it's just like, "Welcome to WrestleMania," and then he leaves. Vince, why does he have to get the first pop? He got the first pop in front of the first live crowd at Mania, then they stopped live crowds. They come back, now it's full-time live crowds, and Vince again gets the first pop on TV. What kind of egomaniac are we dealing with? I mean, I know who we're dealing with. It's Vince McMahon. So, no shit, right? I shouldn't be surprised, but I mean, what in the fuck was that? Nobody could tell Vince anything. That's clear at this point in the game. Nobody's telling Vince shit. Vince is like, "I'm going to go out there. I'm going to play my music. I'm going to say, 'Where the hell have you been?' And then I'm going to leave." That'll be good. Vince, don't we want to maybe save the first entrance for a baby face to kind of one of our strong baby faces to kind of push somebody, You want to see somebody in front of a live crowd get a big reaction. How about one of our young baby faces? Because no matter who you shove out there, they're going to get a huge pop. Why not use it to put somebody over instead of the 75-year-old fucking owner of the company who's already over as fuck? It was crazy. What's going on, Vince? Like, what in the fuck?
Well, he was just having fun. He's the owner.
Jesus.
He's going to do what he wants.
Okay. So you think it was a good move? You agreed with that move? If you were running the WWE, you're in charge of the WWE, would you send Vince out there? I would have sent a fucking babyface out there.
Yeah, I would have preferred Edge first, yeah, but I get why Vince did that, because, Vince wanted to make it special, and Vince sees himself as the most special person in the world, so why not? And he probably thought what he said was funny, so that's why he did what he did. So
did you think it was funny?
Well, it was kind of stupid, but, that's his humor. I don't agree with a lot of Vince's humor, so. But I get why he does this kind of stuff. It's like you said, he's got a huge ego, and that's the way he feels it.
I
mean, you should
ridiculous.
Understand this. I mean, it's ridiculous, but, I mean, this is Vince. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised, but, I mean, it shows you what the WWE is. It's an audience of one. Right. They're not trying to entertain us. Vince is just trying to entertain himself. At this point, he has lost any kind of giving a shit about the actual audience. He comes out there and he's like, "Where have you been, you stupid fucks? Fuck you. I'm leaving." Like, what? Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Well, it was special, right? Because, I mean, you're talking about it now, and I'm sure a lot of people will always remember that moment. Like, oh, we saw Vince, like such a big thing. I don't agree with it either, but, that's him, man. Like,
yeah. I'm talking about it because of how stupid it was, man. Of course you don't agree with it. How could you agree with it? It's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. Don't defend that shit, John.
I'm not defending it. I'm just trying to explain it. That's it. I'm just explaining the madness.
When your explanation sounds like defense sometimes, that is an indefensible move. That was a terrible move by Vince. Ugh, more terrible moves by Vince on this show. Just bad stuff all around. Edge is interviewed backstage about beating Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins shows up, starts laughing at Edge, and tells him he can't beat Roman. But he'll be cheering for him at Money in the Bank so he can then cash in the contract on him. Seth looked too good tonight. Seth wins the main event. Seth beats Kevin Owens' King Nakamura, or as Michael Cole called him, Shit King Nakamura. Did you catch that? He started going...
I think he meant to call him Shin.
I know.
Yeah, and it came out like that.
Yeah, he tried to call him Shinsuke. He started to call him Shinsuke, and then he switched to King, but for some reason it came out Shit King Nakamura. So that's his new name, the Shit King. Shit King Nakamura, Kevin Owens and Biggie lose to Seth Rollins in the Fatal 4-Way. Owens jumping off the top of a ladder onto Shit King through a table with an elbow drop because, he's Kevin Owens and why not? Who gives a shit? He
does those spots.
Yeah, but this match doesn't mean anything, so who cares about winning? I mean, he took himself out of the match. Momentum? He broke his body in this fucking thing. Like, if you are looking at this from a shoot perspective, right? And you're Kevin Owens. You're in a match, a fatal four-way, okay?
Yeah.
That you can only win in the ring, okay? You also have a ladder match on Sunday for a Money in the Bank briefcase that if you win, it's like really big for your career, right? It's a big deal to win that thing.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't you want to preserve your body a little bit? Or at least attempt to win the match that you're currently in? Instead of climbing to the top of a ladder, jumping off of it, hurting yourself in the process, and then allowing Seth Rollins to take advantage, in the ring, hit the curb stomp on Biggie on top of a ladder, 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins wins. The psychology of Kevin Owens in this match made no sense. But that's okay because the psychology of Kevin Owens on this show made no sense. So just continue the lack of logic in the Kevin Owens character tonight, which we'll talk about with Baron Corbin in a second. But why risk it? Why risk the damage? I'm watching The Ultimate Fighter. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'm watching The Ultimate Fighter. You know what The Ultimate Fighter is? A UFC reality show, right?
It's been on for a while now.
Yeah, it's been on for forever. So it's like 8 guys in a house. 16 guys, I think, in a house, right? 4...
Or girls sometimes.
Yeah, but this time it's 4 middleweights on each team and 4 bantamweights on each team, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times in The Ultimate Fighter, it doesn't matter who the fuck's in the thing. The point is, you're in a house and you have to fight multiple times in like an 8-week period against people in that house. And if you win and win the fights all the way, you get to the finals and then you get to compete for a contract. Kind of like Money in the Bank, right? UFC in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times in The Ultimate Fighter, you'll see guys that know they can win not go too hard. They win a decision. They don't want to do too much damage. They want to save themselves for the next fight because, they want to do enough to win, but they also want to save their bodies as much as they can for the next fight. Because they're trying to win, to get a contract, to win matches, to make more money, and ascend up the ladder. Kevin Owens jumping off that fucking ladder. Fuck it. You see my point? From a real perspective, from a prize fighter perspective, makes no fucking sense.
No, I see your point, but Kevin isn't really much of a prize fighter. He's more of a daredevil. Like, I'm going to, try to appease the fans because that's what's most important to him. And he's kind of said that here and there. Like, it's more about, making people happy now instead of, like, being in it for himself. He switched his character a while back, so he does these things now. He's not about, like, trying to win matches. I mean, if you think about it, when's the last time Kevin Owens won a match? I think it was WrestleMania.
Was it?
Super chat.
Jeez. Good God Almighty.
No,
that's a long time ago.
That's actually
Really?
that's wrong though, because he won the qualifier to be in Money in the Bank, so he won that match. But it just goes to show you he doesn't win a lot of matches when it was hard for you to think about it, right? So,
Well,
he's not a guy that goes for wins.
Yeah, obviously not. I guess he's not a guy who should win. He's not a guy who's trying to win, which, is weird. What is happening?
I love the noises.
I know. There's
A lot of noises.
crazy. Antoinette drops a super chat. She says, no Goldberg, please, and Roman will win. Yep, I agree 100%, Antoinette. No Goldberg, and Roman will definitely win everything. Like, I don't see Roman ever losing. When's the last time Roman lost, right? Harold Schneider drops super chat as well. He says, didn't like Goldberg when he was in his prime. We haven't even started talking about Goldberg, and the super chats are already coming in shitting on Goldberg. Respect. Harold Schneider, you're the new super chat leader of the night. I think I said his name, but I didn't even say, what's going on or what's happening. And Antoinette and Harold are just like, fuck Goldberg. Fantastic.
He's not even on TV yet. Like, we don't
Monday.
even know what he's going to be doing. Like,
Bobby. Yes, we do. We know everything.
you think so?
Yeah. Goldberg, the rumor is Goldberg is going to be on Raw Monday night to begin a feud with Bobby Lashley that will culminate with a match for the WWE title at SummerSlam. Talk about a suckfest. You know, WWE's, they mean business when they're bringing back their older stars to face their current champions. Cena and Goldberg are coming back to face Roman and Bobby.
Well, I mean, they've done this in the past with Goldberg already with McIntyre, and that was fine. But I feel with Lashley, I don't know if it's really necessary for this. But they're doing it. I mean, fine. Bring back the older stars. I mean, that's what they feel what they got to do because, like, they have to sell out. So they need to bring back old stars to help sell out their venues, I guess.
Well, I think this is backup because they couldn't get Brock Lesnar for whatever reason.
That's a great point. I'm sure, yeah.
Right? Because that was the rumor before that Brock was going to come back and face Bobby at SummerSlam, but now the Brock rumors have gone quiet, right? So you kind of wonder, maybe no more Brock?
Well, it's a good name for Bobby to add to his list for his title reign. It gives Bobby a pretty decent title reign now. Goes past WrestleMania and he keeps going past SummerSlam. It's not bad.
Yeah, I guess. It's been pretty uneventful. You know? He kind of broke up with MVP on Monday night. I don't even know if he broke up with MVP or he just dismissed all the ladies that were hanging out. I don't know. The Bobby Lashley run has been kind of lukewarm.
Well, if he could like squash Goldberg, I think that'd be huge for him. Kind of end. I think he's probably going to end Goldberg's career. They're probably going to give him that. 'Cause think about it. How many more matches do you think Goldberg's going to have?
God, I hope none. I hope none. I mean, I don't even want to see him have this
one more.
Yeah. Shout out to Antoinette on the chat. Shout out to Doug Hepburn. Shout out to all the members. Derek John. I'm seeing Derek John as well. I think Franco.
A lot of people excited for a SmackDown.
I don't know if Franco joined. You got to click that join button, Franco, and you got to sign up. You got to sign up if you want to be a member. Click that
join like Glenn?
He
half
button.
Joined?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, most people figure it out. Mako, join. Franco316, join. Bob Cote, join. I'm calling you out specifically. I see you guys all the time. I'm calling you out to join. Who else?
AJ, join.
AJ, join. What's the matter with you? Johnny North, join. I can't join because I am Ringside Reporter.
I can't. I'm busy. Like,
yeah,
talking to you, it takes up all my time.
Like
but
the
everyone
video,
else can join.
Subscribe, join the channel. Click the join and sign up to the Ringside Report Network. Money in the Bank coming up on Sunday. We're going to be on right after Money in the Bank this coming Sunday, and we will recap the pay-per-view or whatever you call it, network special. Sami Zayn came out and talked about all the things that have been happening against him and WWE's against him and all that stuff. Justice for Sami. He tried to get the fans to chant Justice for Sami. They weren't into it at all, which was interesting. And then Finn Balor showed up and beat up Sami Zayn and hit him with the coup de grace double stomp there from the top. I think that was the best moment of SmackDown tonight. Finn Balor coming out. The return of Finn. I was watching that with my son. He's a big Finn Balor fan. Little 4-year-old boy. He went bananas when Finn Balor came out. He couldn't believe it because he loves Finn Balor, but he hasn't seen Finn Balor in a long time because he's got better things to do than watch NXT. He's 4, but he's too busy for that shit. NXT? he'll watch SmackDown, but, come on. So he's happy that Finn is back. Very happy. I was happy to see his reaction. Like, he really was pumped to see Finn back. I was pumped to see him back, too. I'm wearing my Finn Balor t-shirt, John. Finn Balor! The Prince!
I see.
Demon King! I like him. I'm a big fan. I thought he, did his thing in NXT and whatever, but the main roster is where it's at. The main roster is where you're going to have the big matches for Finn Balor, and him and Sammy will have a great match, I'm sure.
Well, he's a good wrestler. There's no doubt about it. Just when it comes to the promos, I'm kind of glad he didn't talk, to be honest. Like, his promos aren't exactly the best. So, just keep it towards wrestling, and that's fine. And maybe the odd demon appearance here and there. No problem with that. But the thing is, too, I feel like, compare him to Roman Reigns, and it's like, well, he's not quite at that level.
Well, who is? You were just saying. There's nobody really there.
See, I could see Finn maybe as the next IC champion. Maybe he beats Apollo. That could make a lot of sense. That's about it, though.
Where's Apollo?
They had a package for him. That was about it.
He wasn't on the show last week either. Not defending.
I mean,
pay-per-view.
2 hours goes by quick. I mean, when you really think about it, it's only an hour and a little bit, right? Because how much of this show was just video package? I mean, I think the first 10 minutes, you talk about entrances, the first 10 minutes was just like this whole the fans haven't been here.
Yeah, but 2 straight weeks and no Intercontinental Champion. It might be 3 even. It's been a while since I've seen Apollo Crews. And Commander Aziz. I think it's like maybe the last pay-per-view. Have we seen them since Hell in a Cell?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong again.
That's a long
maybe
time.
Maybe there was one appearance of some sort, but maybe backstage or something. But regardless, you're right. It's been a while, but it just goes to show you, like, there's only so much people that can be used on SmackDown, and people kind of get lost in the shuffle in a sense, and it's kind of sad, but it's just kind of happened to Apollo.
Lost in the shuffle, man.
Well, you have a Money in the Bank thing you have to hype up, the qualifying matches. You have the Women's Tag Team Championship that you're not defending it, but you're trying to highlight that. Roman Reigns is on every week. Seth Rollins on every week. And Cesaro, maybe not every week, but Cesaro's decently getting there all the time. So they have the certain things that they're highlighting.
But he's the Intercontinental Champion. You
right.
would think it would mean something, It's just...
Oh, it's a lot lower now. Like, it used to be the second most important title.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 5th.
It seems to mean less than the U.S. title even right now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart, although I think they may have changed their names to just Nox and Shotzi. Shots and
Correct.
Nox? Shots and Nox?
Yep.
What's that about?
Well, this was probably the lowest point of the show. I don't know what you thought, but it's not really towards the match. It was more towards the commentary. My goodness, was this bad. Like, atrocious. Like, this should have never aired on television. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here. Like,
what, Zelina and Liv?
Oh my goodness, it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, I wanted to turn it off. Like, I didn't want to watch it anymore because they were just like yelling at each other, and it's like, this is unwatchable.
It distracted me from the match. I was like, what's happening between Zelina and Liv on commentary? It felt real, though, didn't it? Didn't it feel a little bit like this is a little out of control? They seem to actually dislike each other here. It felt kind of rough. Liv at one point is like, oh, Zelina, you took the longest vacation in WWE history, and now you come back all entitled. And I'm like, Liv, it wasn't a vacation, right? She got fired. Ask your boyfriend what that's about. Bo Dallas.
Well, also, I think Brock takes longer vacations, but whatever.
Yeah. Wild champion.
Yes.
But didn't it feel a little bit like maybe some real heat? Which is nice because in today's world, all these wrestlers, like, you never feel like they actually hate each other. Ever. Like when Bret and Shawn were cutting those promos on each other, you felt like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels legitimately disliked each other, and they did. There was real, like, tension between The Rock and Stone Cold. It was a friendly competition, but it was still competition, and it was real. You know?
Mm-hmm.
This shit, these days, no promos feel real. Do you feel like there's real animosity between Edge and Roman? Or Edge is just trying to put this young guy over and have a nice young match with a good young Roman Reigns, and he's the next generation Cena, so he's here to just put the young fella over and, you know. I mean, there's no real heat there. You know that Edge and Roman backstage get along well. There's no beef. Edge isn't vying for his spot. Edge isn't trying to take Roman's spot. Nobody's trying to take Roman's spot because they know they can't. So everybody's super friendly because who gives a shit? Meanwhile, you have these matches and you're trying to have some heat and some animosity, and there's nothing. It's flat. And you wonder why. Vince used to pit his top superstars against each other, and it fucking worked, damn it. Now, everybody's buddies. Everybody's good friends. Zelina and Liv didn't feel like good friends. Rhea and Charlotte don't feel like good friends. Rhea is trying to take Charlotte's spot, and Charlotte isn't having it. That feels fucking real. I don't know how they feel backstage. They might be tight. Who knows? But when I watch it on TV, I believe it. I believe, like, Rhea wants to be in that spot. She thinks she belongs there, and Charlotte knows that's still her fucking spot to give. That feels real. Liv and Zelina felt real. They're both jabronis trying to be mid-carders. And they're fighting each other to the death to figure out who's going to be a fucking mid-carder. Zelina's like, oh shit, I came back and I'm a jabroni now, and Liv Morgan's higher on the card than me. That's not right. I should be higher on the card than Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan's like, fuck that. I've been working here. I'm trying my best. I may suck, but goddammit, I've been here, and that counts for something. Give me the mid-card spot. There's real animosity there. So, yeah, I thought it was sloppy and kind of like all over the place. They were talking over each other, and it was kind of awkward at times, but I felt it. I felt emotion. That's what I'm trying to feel, you know? It's a wrestling show. It's art. You're supposed to feel. I felt that there was heat between Zelina and Liv.
It felt like they were shrieking back and forth at each other. So it was very distracting. It's like you said, like it takes away from the match. And it's hard to concentrate because you hear this stupid noise in the background. So I think it was just a bad idea. And again, like, why is this happening? Like, this tag match has really nothing to do with the Money in the Bank match whatsoever. Yet they're there on commentary. It felt like they were just trying to put two things together that don't fit.
Well, they're trying to start a Tegan Shotzi going for the tag team titles thing, which maybe they'll win them, to be honest. They beat Natty and Tamina 2 weeks in a row. Like, it's very possible they win the tag team titles. They're trying to push this new team. It's possible, you know. And at the same time, they're trying to set up Money in the Bank, which they set up terribly. Natty and Tamina are in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So Natty and Tamina were in that segment to kind of set up both things. And Liv and Zelina are just the other two SmackDown women in the Money in the Bank. So they were trying to set up Money in the Bank while at the same time set up Natty and Tamina versus Tegan and Shotzi. But it was a little confused. It wasn't really great. It wasn't well executed. And in the end, like, it was weird. Tegan and Shotzi wind up beating Natty and Tamina. Natty was setting up the sharpshooter, but then got distracted by Zelina and Liv Morgan, who just started fighting and rolled into the ring. And then Natty got distracted and got rolled up 1, 2, 3, match is over. Natty and Tamina got mad. They go and they like super kick Zelina, drop her. And then Liv Morgan somehow drops Tamina, beats up Natty, and stands tall. Doesn't look too good for Zelina. Like Zelina, she tries to fight Natty and Tamina, gets her ass kicked. Liv Morgan just beats up Natty and Tamina. I feel like they're trying to push Liv Morgan very strong right now. That was a very strong moment for Liv Morgan. Like, holy shit. What the hell was that?
Well, they're going to make it seem like she's going to win the match, I think. I don't think she's going to win this Sunday, but they're going to make it seem like it's probably going to come down to her and somebody else. She's not going to win, but it's going to be close, I think. They'll give her some good falsies, I think.
Let's do it. Who wins the women's Money in the Bank match? Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ass, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Natty, or Tamina?
Gotta go with Bliss.
I think it might be Liv Morgan at this point. I think they've kind of cooled out on Alexa Bliss. I don't know about Alexa Bliss. I feel like Alexa Bliss is feuding with Eva Marie. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but you can still win the briefcase.
Maybe it'll be Zelina. They made Zelina look terrible since she's come back. Like, maybe they give her something, but I don't think they do. I think it's going to be Liv Morgan. I can't believe I'm saying
Wow.
this.
I can't believe you're saying that either. You just got a trashed her before, and now you're like, oh, she's going to win.
Well, I don't think she's good. But honestly, just the way they're booking. Like, I'm not saying I want her to win. I want Naomi to win. Okay? Officially, so we're clear on the record, I want Naomi to win Money in the Bank because I think Naomi's great. Holy shit. That scared the shit out of me. That was so loud. Production team needs to work on making that not as loud. Holy shit.
Well, Franco figured it out, so
I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Oh, Franco is a member of the universe. Oh, thank you, Franco.
A new era has begun.
Fuck is this?
I love it. You got a lot of attention there, Franco. You took over the show. That was great.
What is happening? Oh,
he
Franco
bought a coffee.
Oh, he bought a coffee. Did he become a member of the YouTube channel too, or did he buy a coffee?
Oh, I'm not sure. You have to figure that one out.
I don't know. Well, either way, thank you, Franco. Thank you, Franco316. Oh no, he joined. He became a member of the YouTube channel, and he bought a coffee as well, supporting the channel. Thank you, Franco. We appreciate you. He's green, baby. Franco is green. We turned another member green. Yeah, Franco, he did it. Franco joins Antoinette and Doug and Derek and Patrick and Angelo and Sasha. Goddamn, there's a whole crew. I want to name everybody. Giving a roll
Not
call
AJ yet, eh?
of the hardcores, the real gangsters, the real teammates, my good friends. Let's give shout-outs, John.
It's important.
So you think Alexa Bliss is going to do it? I think they cooled out on Alexa. I've got Liv Morgan. They're pushing her super hard. They're not going to give it to Naomi, even though Naomi's been getting a bunch of heat online from a bunch of idiots blaming Naomi for Jimmy Uso's drinking problem. It's not Naomi's fault that Jimmy Uso does dumb shit. Just because she's married to him doesn't mean she has any fucking say over the dumb shit that he does. I do a bunch of dumb shit that my, significant other has no... You couldn't blame her for the dumb shit that I do. Johnny, you know me. Could you blame her for any of the dumb shit that I do? Of course not. It's ridiculous. But stupid people on the internet are like, oh, Jimmy Uso did some bad shit. What do you have to say about that, Naomi? Oh, you should be taking care of it better or whatever the fuck. Naomi had to, like, delete her Twitter because people were fucking harassing her. Leave Trinity, a.k.a. Naomi, alone. What the fuck is the matter with you people? I swear. I found it crazy that people are blaming Jimmy Uso. You're going to blame Jimmy Uso's wife? You can't blame a guy's wife for the dumb shit he does. You could blame, you know what I mean? Imagine.
I'm not surprised, there's people on Twitter that do that. Like,
Crazy.
But, like, she shouldn't, like, listen to them.
Well, no, but I mean, I don't know. She took a lot of heat and it was like a whole thing. And, I think people need to leave Naomi alone, and Naomi is a great talent, and Naomi's been in the company forever, and she's part of the Samoan dynasty family. She's married to the Uso there, and, she's in good with Roman and the whole team, and she's a great wrestler, so give Naomi Money in the Bank, goddammit. That's my pick, Naomi. I would like to see Naomi win, but looking at WWE right now, I feel like they're going to go with Liv Morgan. Or they might go super crazy and just go with Nikki Ass, which I think would be a terrible move. I really like Nikki Cross, but I hate Nikki Ass. Terrible. Superhero in training.
Okay, so what's your pick now? Because you just said like a couple now. So what's your one pick here?
I'm like AJ. I'm going to pick everybody and then claim I'm right in the end.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, yeah.
Liv Morgan.
All right.
Who you going with?
Good
Alexa?
luck. Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Good luck to you. What, are there betting odds on this thing that you know about that I don't know about? Did you pick like the betting favorite? Is she a huge favorite?
They're probably, I didn't check though. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You're saying good luck like you know something that I don't. Are there spoilers out? Was this thing taped already? What's going on? What are you saying? Good luck. I think I know better.
I mean, if you're picking like who you think would win, Bliss or Morgan, like, if this was a one-on-one match, I mean, come on, like, you wouldn't even, book that way, like.
Well,
in terms of the totem pole,
I have betting odds here. These are not courtesy of Bet99.com, which is where you should go. Bet99.com, unfortunately, doesn't have pro wrestling, but they do have MMA. You got to bet with us over at Bet99.com. Use that promo code Ringside when you do.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny's pick, Alexa Bliss, is the favorite right now to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, plus 200. Sasha Banks, who's not even in the match, is plus 250, the second favorite. Liv Morgan,
well, that's weird,
plus 350. So, of the people in the matches, in the match, it's Alexa and then Liv Morgan, not too far behind. And then Nikki Ass, which is a pick that I said, maybe. And then Asuka at Nikki Ass is plus 500. Asuka's plus 1,000. Becky Lynch is plus 1,200. Becky Lynch is rumored to be at Money in the Bank and possibly doing something, wrestling or showing up, attacking, So don't be surprised to see Becky either in this match or involved in some way, It'll be great to see Becky. Zelina Vega plus 1,400. Naomi plus 2,000, the biggest underdog that's actually in the match. Actually, Naomi's odds to win the match are the same as Tegan Nox, who's not even in the match. Naomi and Tegan Nox are both plus 2,000 betting. Plus 2,000 odds to win the match. Naomi's actually in it. Tegan is not. They're both plus 2,000. So that just shows you where Naomi is ranked as far as, maybe Vince will put $1 million on Naomi and, make her win. That'd be smart. Fuck. It's crazy. How about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
That's a tough one. But I'm really thinking it's tough because, like, I was thinking Seth Rollins, but having him win tonight kind of makes me doubt it a little bit. Maybe they're going to give it to Drew McIntyre.
Oh. No!
Yeah, I think in the end I'd still go with Seth, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Drew won now.
Yeah, you might be right. Mako wants to know who's Nikki Ass. Nikki Ass is the artist formerly known as Nikki Cross, who I now call Nikki Ass. They're calling her Nikki Ash, but fuck it. It's really stupid. It's almost a superhero. It's ASH, like it's an acronym. Almost a superhero, because she's dressed like a superhero, but she's just trying her best and not quite a superhero. She's Nikki Ash. Now they're actually calling her Nikki Ash. And I just think Nikki Ass sounds better. She's like Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn's daughter that he doesn't know about. He had sex with some woman in Scotland when he was Mr. Ass.
In Cross.
And then he gave birth to Nikki Ass. Okay.
Interesting story.
That is my story of Nikki Ass. She is Billy Gunn's child. She's part of the Gun Club. Just go to AEW, Nikki. You will fit in well with those guys. Nikki Ass. I just think it's dumb. Like almost a superhero. It reminds me of Superhero in Training. Rosie, right?
It was Rosie, yes.
Roman Reigns' brother. Rest in peace. The Superhero in Training. Shit. He was Hurricane's sidekick for a while. And that was an acronym as well. Superhero in Training. Shit. And now it's Nikki Ash. Not good. Nikki
Well,
Ash.
it gives her something, right? Because she wasn't really doing anything, so... And this was her idea, so...
She's an ass girl. Yeah, she's an ass girl. Nikki Ash. All right. Bianca Belair beat Carmella by pinfall after the KOD to retain the SmackDown Women's title. Womp womp. That wasn't anything we need to talk about. Unless you want to. I don't know. The crowd seemed hot for Bianca. Carmella seemed to get no reaction. The match was uneventful. Mm-hmm. Bianca won with her finisher. She's still the champion. Nah.
Well, I think it just kind of showed that Bianca, she's still kind of new. It's not easy for her to be in these kind of spots yet, so it's better to put her kind of in the middle of the show, kind of hide her in a sense. Because if that was the main event, I think a lot of people would be crapping on her, saying that she isn't a good champion. But putting her in the middle, it's probably the best spot for her right now, until I think she develops more in the ring. It's going to come. It's a slow thing. It really goes to show you it hurts not having Bayley, because I think Bayley was teaching her become a better wrestler. With Carmella, it's kind of on the same level as her, so she doesn't really learn that much.
That's it. And I heard somebody talk about that. I think it was Lana on Jericho's podcast. She says, when we're in the ring with each other, we're learning from each other. But we don't have a Chris Jericho to learn from, or a Undertaker, or a John Cena. You know what I mean? It's tough for the women's wrestlers because, who are the veterans? The veterans are women that have been wrestling for maybe 8 to 10 years at the most right now in their division?
Well, Becky.
Okay, Becky. But other than Becky, there's Natty. Asuka. Sure, but Roman Reigns got to wrestle The Undertaker.
Right.
They don't have women with 20, 30 years in the WWE to learn from and wrestle and have those experiences with. They just don't exist.
They had Mickie James. They got rid of her, sadly.
It's not the same as The Undertaker. It's not 30 years. It's not there is this wealth of knowledge and experience available for male talent in the WWE that just doesn't exist in on the female side, because the careers tend to be far shorter.
And just the amount too. There's just a lot more male wrestlers than female wrestlers. Just more of them.
Yeah, maybe in you're saying in wrestling as a whole, or in WWE?
Well, just in WWE, you see,
yeah,
they have quite a few, but I mean, the men obviously outnumber the women.
Yeah, But you learn a lot from the veterans, right? And when you have a wealth of veterans to learn different things from, it's an easier ride. Whereas you have Bianca Belair in there learning from Carmella. Carmella is
cancels it out.
Well, that's it. Carmella is the veteran in that match. Well, yeah, that's it. They're kind of equals. So, AJ Styles is in the WWE.
Right.
Edge is in the WWE right now. They don't have that equivalent on the women's side. Right now, they got Asuka. Charlotte's been around for maybe 10 years now, but I mean, AJ Styles has been wrestling. He wrestled in WCW, man.
Right.
So it's just different. It's different. They don't. It's a disadvantage in a way, but it's amazing. How good they still are. They still outdo the men on most nights. The effort is definitely there. They might not have the experience, but god damn, they put it all on the line. But this match was kind of, whatever. Who do you think will have the better ladder match, the men or the women? I think probably the men, but I don't know. The men's lineup isn't crazy.
Yeah, but you have to look in terms of the experience. I think the men clearly have much more experience in these kind of matches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course. If I'm not mistaken, I think a couple of them haven't even been in a ladder match before, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Kevin Owens is in the men's ladder match. He's got so much experience, right? Seth Rollins as well. He's been in a bunch of ladder matches.
They've also been in a Money in the Bank ladder match before, the men, right? The women, this might be one of their first ones. So
yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah. Asuka, of course, has been in one before. She's won it. So
that was kind of different, though. I mean, the building thing was
that was a weird one.
Sure.
That was last year, right?
Yep.
Jeez. Look how far we've come in a year. That's kind of cool. We're not going to have cinematic Money in the Bank matches this year. That's good. Traditional Money in the Bank matches. So you've got Alexa winning the women's. I've got Liv Morgan. Let's get to the men's match. I know I said we're going to do it, and then we just never got around to it because I get distracted.
Oh, kind of did. I said Seth Rollins.
I didn't give a pick, though. Rick O'Shea, John Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, King Nakamura, King Shit, and Seth Rollins. You said Seth Rollins. Seth won too much tonight, though. He stayed on top of the thing. He won the match, and then he was on top of the ladder holding the Money in the Bank. When you look that good a couple days before the pay-per-view, you don't win the thing. He can't win the thing. I like what Derek John said in the chat. Derek John has a great idea, and I really hope it happens. He says, Bobby Lashley's going to destroy Kofi Kingston, then Big E will win Money in the Bank, cash in on Bobby, and then Big E will get his dream match at SummerSlam against Goldberg. Big, meaty men slapping meat. I mean, that is beautiful booking from Derek John. Makes a lot of sense. You got the New Day tie-in. Bobby beats Kofi, but then Big E comes in, cashes in Money at the Bank. He's champion now. Big New Day celebration. You put Big E on top where he belongs. And then you do Goldberg versus Big motherfucking E Langston at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. Let's go. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much, Derek. That's so good. They should do that.
It's a good idea. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's a good idea. He has good ideas, but I just don't think they're going to happen. He had a good idea about the Baron Corbin thing. It shouldn't be that he's poor. It should be that he's not as rich, so he feels poor. That's the way the storyline should be. And it's you're 100% right. That's the way it should be, but they don't think like that.
No, he's shoot poor, and they're shitting on him for it. Oh, you poor bastard. Fuck you. You shouldn't be poor, you idiot. What's wrong with you, Baron Corbin? Yeah, Kevin Owens should beat you up. Ah, fuck you, Corbin. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. Okay, so you think Seth is going to win? I'm going to go with Drew. Drew, probably.
I mean, it's one of those two, and yeah, I mean, if I wasn't picking Seth, I'd pick Drew, so that's a smart bet.
Yeah. Biggie would be cool. Riddle makes so much sense, though, too. There's nobody hotter than Matt Riddle in the WWE right now. There's nobody with more momentum. The guy is killing it. He's the MVP
but you know he's
right
not gonna
now.
win.
I know, but he should. You think Randy comes in, costs him the Money in the Bank, and we start Riddle versus Randy?
Sure, why not? I don't need that for it to happen, but it could happen, sure.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Biggie is the odds-on favorite to win Money in the Bank, John. Plus 188.
Wow.
He's the favorite.
That's great for him. I hope he wins. I'd be very happy if he wins.
Me too.
I just feel like it's not going to be that way, but wait and see.
Riddle plus 250. Seth Rollins
Where's
plus
Drew
400. Hold on. Seth Rollins plus 400. John Cena, not in the match, plus 500. Drew
Where's
McIntyre
Brock?
plus 550. Not listed.
Wow.
Drew McIntyre plus 550. So a longer shot than John Cena, who's not even in it. Kevin Owens plus 1,000. Nakamura plus 1,600. Ricochet and John Morrison at plus 2,000. So Ricochet and Morrison aren't winning, but like I could have told you that too. But Big E being the odds-on betting favorite for this one is surprising. Riddle at plus 250 is very interesting. Very interesting. I could see them going with Riddle, man. You got to pull the trigger on this guy. He's your next big superstar. There's nobody better than Matt Riddle right now. He is the future of this company. I am firmly behind this guy. He is the future of the WWE right now. He's got a legit background. He's 35 years old. He's in the prime of his career. He's going to give you another 10 years. He's got a legitimate background. He's a hell of a wrestler in the ring. He's got everything you might want in a professional wrestler in 2021. Matt Riddle is the guy. Give him Money in the Bank. I'm switching my pick. Fuck Drew McIntyre. I'm going with Riddle. After I saw the betting odds, now I'm kind of like, oh, Drew's not a good bet. I'm going with Riddle.
Wow.
I'm switching. I'm going with Riddle. I'm switching. Like AJ. I'm changing my pick. And if Drew wins, I will also claim that I picked Drew. But officially,
Fine.
I'm picking Riddle to win. And Johnny, you're picking Seth Rollins. Do you want to change your pick? Because he's plus 400. I mean, Big E is more likely to win, apparently.
No, I'd stay with Seth because it just makes a lot of sense.
Big E, like, cashing in on Bobby makes sense, too. And then Big E versus Goldberg, like, that's something I could get behind, man. I'm excited about that. I'd love to see Big E versus Goldberg. That's the only Goldberg match I want to see, actually. I don't want to see Goldberg wrestle anybody but Big E. Straight
But
truth.
you're not even picking Big E. You're picking Riddle. Like,
Yeah. I think Riddle is actually more... He's got more of an upside right now than Big E. Big E, like, solo promos aren't working like Riddle's. And the matches, quite frankly, I think Riddle's having better matches. But Big E doesn't have sexual assault allegations. Although I think there was something in court happened, like the charges were dropped. Like, it's all done. She dropped the charges. She dropped her lawsuit. It's all over for Riddle. I think he's in the clear for that. So maybe it was all made up. I don't know. It was shifty. Didn't seem good. But Riddle seems to be all right. Maybe he didn't do that shit. And if he didn't do that shit, well, then you got to support him because he's so damn good. I think Riddle's the best thing going right now in WWE. The best thing going, like, in the whole company. He's my favorite guy right now.
Wow.
He's the MVP. My fave 5, he's number 1. By
Wow.
far. By far. I don't even know who number 2 would be.
Well, I think Roman's still the best, but I understand your pick.
Yeah. Do you really think Roman's the best? Or is that just the politically correct thing to say in professional wrestling these days? Do you really believe
No,
he's the best?
I believe it. Oh, yeah.
What is it that makes him better than everybody else? Help me understand. Because, it's kind of basic.
Hey, he's cool. Like that's the basic way of saying it too.
He's cool.
Everything he does. Everything he does
cool.
is just. Oh yeah, he's super cool, man. Like I know you hate his catchphrase. I think his catchphrase is like the best catchphrase.
Acknowledge me.
Oh yeah. That's so good. You could use that in everything. So good. Everything he does, like it seems like it's a little thing, but he makes a big deal out of it. Like
Super chat.
he's very good at that.
I didn't like it. I don't know. It's fine. Thank you, Doug Hepburn, for the super chat. I think you may be the new super chat leader of the night. Yes, he is.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you, Doug. Yes, we will be back here on Sunday night for Money in the Bank. Let's keep going with the preview. Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. I think we know where this is going. Bobby wins, retains the title.
Dun dun dun. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I agree.
Yeah, Bobby wins, retains the title for sure. I think the match will be okay, but Bobby definitely wins. We saw Angry Bobby on Raw. How about the Raw Women's title on the line? Rhea Ripley defending against Charlotte Flair. I don't think we have a conclusive finish again, and we keep it going to SummerSlam.
Right. Yeah, something like that. Maybe like because they already did a DQ, so maybe like a no contest or a double DQ or something like that. Something like you said to keep it going. I agree with you on that one.
Or Becky Lynch interference, and we do a triple threat at SummerSlam. Charlotte and Rhea, it's really unclear who the babyface is. It seems like they're both heels. Seems tailor-made for a match with a real babyface like Becky Lynch to come in and kind of be the babyface in the middle. Charlotte as the tweener and Rhea as the heel.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Becky Lynch interference. I think if Becky Lynch shows up, it's not in the women's Money in the Bank match. It's to interfere in the Rhea versus Charlotte thing. But we are kind of expecting Becky to show up on SmackDown because that's where Seth is, right?
Oh, I didn't think that whatsoever. I think
No?
she goes wherever it's best. Wherever it's best for her. If she fits better on Raw, put her on Raw.
They're back on the road, though. You'd think they want to be together.
They'll survive. They'll survive.
Pretty
Hey,
heartless,
isn't
heartless Johnny North.
Corey Graves and Carmella, they're on opposite brands.
Yeah, but Corey Graves only has to work one day a week. He's not on the road. Like, they're going to start doing live events as well. They're going to be touring a lot more often. And if you're a wrestler like Becky Lynch or Seth Rollins, you're going to be expected to go on a lot of these tours. I think some of these house shows, though, are going to be dual branded, so it won't be so bad. They'll be on the same house shows, but they're going to be in different cities, you know? I don't know. They usually keep couples on the same brand. They usually do.
You're going to tell me that if they want to take a house show off or something, they're not going to be able to? Like, they're going to be able to take live events off.
Sure.
New mom,
they have a young child, newly married. Like, I don't know. I would, if I were WWE, I'd want to keep Seth and Becky as happy as possible and keep them on the same brand. But Becky would make a whole lot of sense with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. And also, it could be temporary because there's going to be a draft coming up at some point.
September, October.
So after SummerSlam, like, Seth and Becky would only have to be on different brands for like a month and a half, and then they could redraft and put them on the same brand again. So Becky interfering in this Rhea Ripley-Charlotte Flair match makes a lot of sense to me. Some sort of no contest where Becky leaves them both laying, holds the title up, and then we have a triple threat at SummerSlam with Becky. I kind of think that's what's going to happen. Like, if I had to bet on it, that's my bet. Right now,
Right.
Rhea Ripley is a slight favorite to win the match, but I don't think we have a winner. Rhea Ripley minus 138 the favorite. Charlotte Flair plus 100 the underdog. I think this is the Becky interference match. Roman Reigns defending the Universal title against Edge. Roman's going to win, obviously. And AJ Styles and Omos defending the Raw tag team titles against the Viking Raiders on this thing. AJ and Omos are definitely going to retain. They won at Mania. I think this is their first defense.
Right. It's weird. I think the only title changes are actually going to be on the kickoff show. It's kind of weird, but the pay-per-view, there won't be any title changes.
The kickoff show. So you agree that the AJ and Omos retain. The kickoff show will be Rey Mysterio and Dominic defending the SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Usos. Kind of weird that this feud has been getting so much TV time on SmackDown, and this is the pre-show match? You would think they would have room for this one on the pay-per-view. Flip AJ and Omos's match to the pre-show. Put Rey and Dominic against the Usos. I mean, that's the Roman Reigns story. That's a big deal. And like you said, I think we could see a tag team title change here. I'm surprised this is the pre-show match.
Well, I'm thinking this is the thought process on this is that they want to get people interested in watching the show, and a good way to do that is to give away a free title change, and then people are like, oh, this is how things started, what's going to happen tonight, So I think that might be the idea behind that.
Yeah. I think we might see a title change there for the tag team titles. I agree with you. And you don't really need a lot of title changes on this card because already you have 2 Money in the Bank matches where the winner is kind of like, oh, well, they're going to be a champion at some point. You win that briefcase, it's like it's a near guarantee that you become champion at some point. So you kind of give the fans something. It's like, oh shit, something happened here. Storyline progression here. Money in the Bank matches. And when you have 2 of them, you don't really need title changes too. But it's the first pay-per-view in front of a live crowd. They're trying to get everybody excited for SummerSlam and all that stuff. I could see Biggie winning Money in the Bank and cashing in on Bobby that same night. I could see it. That would be awesome. The people would go nuts for that. That'd be the best case scenario.
Hopefully it happens. I just worry WWE has their favorites and they stick to their favorites. So.
Yeah, I agree. But Biggie is technically the betting favorite for the match, John. So who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe Vegas knows something that we don't. They usually do. They usually have an inside edge somewhere. Antoinette dropping the super chat. She says Roman is the best. Cheers, Blue Jays coming home. Are the Blue Jays coming back from Buffalo? They're going back to...
I think at the end of the month or something, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good. Wow. Everything's getting back to normal. You know what's weird? I got my second gimmick today. Look at it. Can you see my gimmick? See that?
I can't see it because the microphone.
You can't see it because it's too much money.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I see it.
There you go. See right there?
Yeah.
I got a little shot ski. Yeah. I got a little shot ski black card in my gimmick in my arm. That's
Sore
my
arm?
second dose. I got it today. I don't feel it. Usually you feel it the next day, the shot. Last time around, my arm was a little sore the next day, but not the same day. I still got the adrenaline pumping through my veins, brother. It's steroids I got, right?
Okay, good to know.
Oh, no, it's a COVID shot, I think. I wish it was steroids. I'd be so jacked if I was on steroids, brother. But it wasn't steroids. It was a second shot. It's weird that I get my second shot and WWE goes back on the road in the same day. It's like, goddamn, pandemic's over. We're in the clear.
Well, not quite. Not quite at all, actually. I mean, maybe in the States.
Listen, I'm immune, and WWE's back to fucking live crowds. It's over. Pandemic over.
I think there's something about waiting 2 weeks after you get the second shot.
I know.
So, but
although the nurse told me 1 to 2 weeks. So maybe 1 week. I think normal people, 2 weeks. Me, 1 week. Me, like 3 days, and
Okay.
it takes effect because I'm superhuman, baby. Superhuman. Brooklyn Lizard checking in on the chat, and Doug Hepburn says, whatever you do, don't look directly into Johnny's eyes. You'll fall in love. Brooklyn Lizard says, he does have nice eyes. Uh-oh, Johnny North. Big Johnny, gonna make Johnny blush. Gonna make Johnny blush. Oh, Lauren Cronish says, wait, Antoinette says it is over. Thanks, Dave. But then Lauren Cronish says, U.S. is having a spike in every state. Really?
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, because there's still people who didn't get vaccinated, right? So that makes sense.
Well, I heard the Yankees all been vaccinated, and like half the team has COVID, and they're all fucked up. So I don't know what this shit is. I don't understand.
Well, I don't know.
It's weird. Like, people that get vaccinated, and they seem to be
played
vaccinated.
today, though, didn't they?
Yeah, but like a lot of the team is on injured COVID reserve. Aaron Judge didn't play. A bunch of guys are like injured from COVID injuries.
Wow.
Not injuries, but sickness. They're on the whatever list.
Disabled, yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand. Why am I getting 2 shots if I can still get sick? And if Aaron Judge has 2 shots and he's getting sick, I mean, he's the most superhuman guy ever. I mean, what chance do I have? If this is fucking Aaron Judge up, I'm fucked, man. I don't know. Brooklyn Lizard says Yankees for life. I agree, 100%. Go Yankees. Even though this season they've been fucking tanking, I think we need to fire Aaron Boone and fucking Cashman. I think Boone and Cashman both need to go. We need to fucking fresh start next season. This is bullshit. Delta variant.
But I told you this before. The Red Sox were like last place this season. They're first place, so it comes and goes. Like one season you're down, next season you're up. So it happens very quickly for these guys, I find.
No, Major League Baseball, they de-juice the balls. They fuck the Yankees are built.
I know you said that.
It's true. How come all these people are pitching no-hitters all of a sudden? How come there's all these pitching records being set for some reason? Why is pitching good all of a sudden? It's not that pitching is good. It's that the balls have been de-juiced, okay? They loosen up the balls. They're not as tightly wound anymore. They're de-juiced. So balls that used to be over the fence are now getting caught as pop flies. They used to be home runs, but they don't have the same fucking juice, so they're not going over the fence. They're staying in the field, and that's why the Yankees aren't winning fucking ball games, because Major League Baseball changed the fucking balls before the fucking season started. I'm convinced of it. There's no other explanation that's reasonable other than the shitty bullpen that the Yankees are losing so many fucking games. They should be hitting more. The offense should be much better. Doesn't make sense. De-juiced balls. Yankees are a long ball team, and they de-juiced the balls and fucked the boys. They fucked them. Goddamn Manfred. Fuck you, Manfred.
It clearly doesn't have effect on Vlad Guerrero Jr. because he's having an amazing season right now. So
he's cheating.
I don't know if you heard. He's cheating. Yeah.
He's in too good shape. How come he got in such good shape in the offseason? Last season he's fat. This season he's jacked. What happened?
He worked out. He got a good COVID body, I guess.
Suspicious. Who gets skinnier during COVID? Doesn't make sense, Vladdy Jr. I love you, Vladdy Jr. I love your dad way more. I don't have too much love for you because you play for the Blue Jays. Your dad played for a good team, but oh well. Go Yankees. Go Yankees.
At least Vlad Jr. hit a home run in Olympic Stadium, so that was pretty cool.
His dad hit way more. Believe me, I've seen them. I saw his dad hit for the cycle at Olympic Stadium. His dad was a bad motherfucker. God bless Vladimir Guerrero. That guy was the best.
So anything more Money in the Bank, or are we done?
We did it.
Oh, we did it. Cool.
Can we talk about Baron Corbin looking purposefully disheveled? They're like, Baron, we want you to look like shit, pal. So grow your hair out a little bit. Don't shave. And we're going to give you a shirt and have it unbuttoned. It's not going to be ironed. And we're going to leave mustard stains on it. Because when you're really down on your luck, You just fucking eat mustard all the time. You see that?
Yep.
He had mustard stains? I was like, dude, I understand that, like, you're poor now for some reason. So Baron Corbin comes out and he's like, I lost the crown to Nakamura, and then my whole life has basically gone to shit. My car got repossessed. The bank's taken my house. I have no more money. Which, like, how did this happen, right? But it seems like the story is he was spending above his means. Like, maybe the car was too expensive than he should have had, and he said, you know, his daughter, his 2-year-old daughter, doesn't know what to do because her nannies are all gone. They had to fire all the nannies, so he had a team of nannies and shit. And now his daughter has to eat spaghetti out of a can instead of some fancy beef that he was eating before. So I think the story is Corbin had money, but he was overspending, and then the creditors came and repossessed his shit, and now he's, like, in debt. So he's asking the crowd to help him and crowdfund him because he's down on his luck, and he's poor, and he's asking for $100,000.
Well,
and
he makes $300,000 a year.
Right. Well, I mean, if you make $300,000 and spend $600,000, you're going to be in trouble, right? I mean, it could happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility that he's overspent and is now broke. He's not. It's all a work. It's fake. But, you know, whatever. I don't disbelieve it. Like, okay, it's possible. I've heard of wrestlers overspending their money. I mean, look at Ric Flair. Oh, my God.
Yes, but also Ric Flair, that was also a bunch of divorces as well. So
yeah, alimony, baby.
Factors.
All on alimony. Yeah. So Kevin Owens shows up as Baron Corbin is begging on his knees. I think I just saw somebody subscribe. I think that was my boy Marco who just subscribed. Shout out to Marco. Cool. I see that name. I know that name. I know that alias. I don't know how to pronounce it. Cato Delder, whatever the fuck you are. Marco, I know that's you because I know that alias. I know that's one of your aliases, and I know that's my man Marco. Shout out to Marco. I love you, buddy, and I miss you. I haven't seen Marco in a while since those bastards fired me. I miss him.
Oh, it's Marco. Okay,
yeah, Marco.
Now I know the Marco you're talking about.
Yeah. My boy Marco. Shout out to Marco. They are bastards, but you know, I don't miss the job. I miss Marco. Harold Schneider dropping a super chat. What up? Thank you, Harold Schneider. That was my one-up sound. You like it?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not that good. Thank you. Well, you do one. You do better.
No.
I tried. At least I tried, John. You won't even put in the effort. Ah!
Well, I can't. We can't compete with the sound effects we get tonight.
I'm trying to. So Baron Corbin is like down on his luck, and we're supposed to hate him for it, I think. And Kevin Owens shows up, and Corbin's like, "Can I have some money?" Obviously, you don't spend money on your wardrobe, and it's like it's the same like Kevin Owens T-shirt that they sell at WWE shop. Like, why are you dissing that? That's what the people are buying, you know. But of course, he's a heel. And then Kevin Owens is like, "Oh, I don't like this." So then he gives him a stunner, and that's that. Just very tone deaf of the WWE, you know, in this time when people are down on their luck, and a lot of people, including professional wrestlers, a lot of indie wrestlers, were crowdfunding to try and, you know, keep their lives afloat.
Yeah.
You know? And this was something that Baron Corbin, I think, was maybe talking shit about. I know Braun Strowman was before he got fired. But, you know, a lot of indie wrestlers during the pandemic who had absolutely no work were taking to crowdfunding to try and get some help and kind of live through the hard times. And WWE decided to make a storyline about it and make the wrestler the heel.
And he actually has a website for it.
Is it real? Can you donate?
Yeah, the website. I don't know if they actually have like payment plans, but the website actually exists, which is kind of like, you know, they're committed to this, I guess. Hopefully they don't go that far with it, because I think some people would be ridiculous enough to actually give money, which is really stupid. Like, you should never give WWE money if you don't have to.
Is this real?
Again, I don't believe there's any like payment plans right now, and I hope there never will be because there shouldn't be. WWE should not do that.
Well, I need to find the website and find out how this works. I don't think this is real. I don't think there's really a Baron Corbin crowdfunding site.
You didn't find it yet? I saw it somewhere.
Really? Like it's a shoot?
Well, I think they made like a fake thing. Like it exists, but there's no actual thing you can pay towards, you know?
No, it's completely... No, okay, here. CorbinFund.com. Look, it's just an image. This is all
Right.
it is. It's just the
Yeah.
image. Financial difficulties. This page is currently under construction. Yeah, but you could just go to GoFundMe or any of these other crowds. You know, like, this is how stupid WWE is. They're like, we have to set up our own website for this, right? That's how this works, right? It's like, no, there's many different crowdfunding websites out there that you could use. GoFundMe or whatever the fuck that you could do. WWE doesn't understand how this works. Like, if Corbin was really broke, like, go on GoFundMe and be like, I'm Baron Corbin, give me some money. And then WWE could actually take that money and, you know, give it to charity or something, you know? Connor's Cure, whatever.
Yeah, that'd actually be better, yeah.
That'd be much better. That would actually be a smart thing, but WWE doesn't do smart things. They do dumb shit like this. Mustard stains on Corbin's shirt, because, you know, that's how you really look poor. Mustard stains, baby. Purposeful mustard stains. And that was SmackDown. Harry Smith worked a dark match. The son of the British Bulldog, formerly D.H. Smith, David Hart Smith. He was part of the original Hart Foundation with Natty and Tyson Kidd when they all came into the WWE together. Harry Smith has been working around the world as a pro wrestler since leaving the WWE, and he worked a dark match tonight, so maybe he's coming back, which would be awesome, because I've always been a big-time fan of Harry Smith. So I hope that he does come back and he is brought into the WWE again. He was great. He is great.
Yeah, I met him a couple of times at shows. Like, he's a good guy. You know, hopefully, they give him another shot. He works hard. He works damn hard, so it'd be great to see it happen for him.
Huge guy, talented guy, son of the Bulldog, Canadian guy. I mean, you know, I got a soft spot for him. And he's like a legit shoot wrestler. The guy knows how to, you know, wrestle, and he's a catch wrestler, trains under Josh Barnett. The guy is a legit badass. So I'm a big fan of Harry Smith. I really hope WWE picks him up. I don't know why a big wrestling company hasn't picked him up since kind of New Japan. New Japan had him for a while. He was a tag team with Lance Archer. They were excellent. Excellent tag team. God damn. I mean, everybody knows Lance Archer now from AEW and stuff, but him and Harry Smith were one hell of a tag team in New Japan. Tag team champions in Suzuki-gun together under Minoru Suzuki. Like, fucking badasses, man.
Well, Archer's had quite a career himself. If you think about it, he had a run in TNA, WWE, you know, New Japan, like you said, now AEW. Like, quite a career for Archer.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, I hope Harry Smith continues that career and gets back into the WWE. Otis and Gable seem to be feuding with Cesaro now. Cesaro had a match with Otis that he won by disqualification when Chad Gable attacked him. Cesaro then did the swing on Gable, but Otis made the save and hit a Vader bomb on Cesaro. That's where Cesaro is now. Done with Seth. He's going to put Otis and Gable over here, which is fine. I think they'll be all right, but yeah. They're never going to pull the trigger on Cesaro. Everybody that thought, oh, he's beating Seth or Mania, they're going to do something with him. Wrong. He's not even in Money in the Bank. Like, if they were going to do something with Cesaro, he'd be in the Money in the Bank match. But he's not. He's not booked on the pay-per-view, you know? He lost the return match with Seth at Hell in a Cell. There goes Cesaro. That's it.
Well, if he could challenge for, Apollo Cruz's title, that would help him a lot. I think I could see him as champion. Like, he's still a decent contender, but the light is kind of fading for him in a sense.
Yeah. Well, he's getting older too, right? And it's just, WWE should have done it a long time ago with him, and it just never happened. He's only 40, but I just don't think they're ever going to put him at the top of the card. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And that's SmackDown, that's Money in the Bank, and that's the show. I want to give a shout-out to Biz Markie. Rest in peace. Hip-hop legend, icon in the world of hip-hop music, Biz Markie. Of course, his classic hit, Just a Friend. You know that song, John? Oh, baby, you got what I need. Well, you say he's just a friend. You say, no?
It popped up on my Twitter.
There
That's the only reason why I think I know that song.
Oh, it's a big song, man. Classic video too. When Biz Marquis on the piano there singing, classic shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
57 years old. Way too young. Way too young. So rest in peace, Biz Marquis, passing away today. I saw that news just as SmackDown was on the air, and that was sad. That was sad to see. Sad to see a hip-hop icon die like that so young. So young. I don't know what happened there with Biz Marquis, but rest in peace to Biz Marquis, legend of hip-hop. Go listen to some Biz Marquis. Go listen to Vapors. Go listen to Just a Friend. Go listen to some beatboxing from Biz Marquis. Go listen to his old albums from the late 80s, Nobody beats the Biz. Go listen to some Biz Marquis tonight. Enjoy yourself on this Friday night with a little Biz Marquis. Rest in peace, Biz. And, of course, rest in peace to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff as well. You got any Orndorff memories, John?
Oh, there's a bunch. I was a huge fan of his. Thought he was one of the best rivals, I think, for Hogan. I really liked his run in WCW. I thought they should have done more with it. I thought it was really too bad, when he tried to make that comeback and he had that injury. I don't know if you remember. I think it happened in 2000 against Natural Born Thrillers or something like that.
Yes.
It was very disgusting what happened. He had a power driver in his arm, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
He had a power driver in his arm, yeah. Because, his arm's it's misshaped, or it was,
Yeah. Yeah, he is a little bit before my time in pro wrestling.
Yes and no. I mean, if you were watching WCW, you would have saw him.
When?
He was around 96.
In WCW?
Yeah, he was there. He was Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, but he wasn't really, he wasn't in the NWO. You know what I mean?
No, I think actually it was just done right before then. But then he made a brief comeback in the 2000s.
Right.
In WCW.
But his prime was what? Early 80s?
Well, you could say even the 70s. I didn't see that. But, WWE keeps it alive. A lot of the stuff they show. I mean, main event of the first ever WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. Was he?
Oh, yeah. Him and Piper.
Was it the main event?
Oh, yeah. Against Mr. T and Hogan. Main event of WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, it was Orndorff and Piper there. I always just think Piper, and
Bob Orton.
Orton.
But Orton was in the corner. He wasn't wrestling.
Right. Yeah, he's in the main event of WrestleMania 1. I mean, that's a big deal. But again, like that happened like a year and a half before I was born. You know, almost a couple of years before I was born. So it's like his prime I kind of miss. Like I've known the name forever, but I can't give you my memories of Paul Orndorff, unfortunately. But definitely a tremendous physique, a legend of the game. And, another guy, 71 years old. Like, that's too young to die. For a pro wrestler, it's like a pretty long life. But, like, for a human, it's like, nah. So, rest in
He had
peace.
health issues, though.
Yeah. Well, a legend of the game, man. We lost some legends this week. Paul Orndorff, Biz Markie. Shout out to Paul Orndorff. Shout out to Biz Markie. You will be missed. You will be missed. I want to give a shout out to our super chatters. Shout out to who super chatted tonight? Who's the leader? Doug Hepburn is the leader? How did Doug manage to do it? Doug did it. Doug did it! Shout out to Doug Hepburn. Shout out to Harold Schneider. Shout out to Antoinette for supporting the channel tonight with the super chats. Shout out to Franco316, new member of the channel, also supporting the channel over at Buy Me a Coffee. You could go to donate.ringsidereport.net as well, just like Franco316 did. You could join the channel. Join. Click that join button beneath me. Join. And, become a member of the team, just like Franco did tonight, just like Doug Hepburn did, just like Antoinette did. I was going to give a shout-out to all the members. Let me give a shout-out. Franco316, Antoinette, Sasha Lagarde, Harold Schneider, Rob Cluse, my man Rob, Craig Paquette, Derek John, Angelo Contagonis, of course, Angelo the Legend, Doug Hepburn, my man out in Kingston, Jason Pete out in Mexico, Patrick C. Hamilton, of course, my man in Saskatchewan. Shout out to Brian Firth as well. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the members supporting the channel. We appreciate everybody watching, all the new subscribers. Shout out to my man Marco for subscribing tonight. Big shout to you. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell. Click that motherfucking bell. And Johnny, I will see you on Sunday night for our post Money at the Bank show. And my brother's going to be here too, so it's going to be a party. All right?
Cool.
And we'll watch Money in the Bank unless we just play Mario Golf before. Mario, if I'm not watching Money in the Bank, I'll be playing Mario Golf with my brother because it's super fun. All right?
As long as you stream it.
Yeah. We're going to start doing that. Video game streaming. If I could play video games and people could watch it and enjoy it and it's like a thing, yeah, why not? We're going to do that. I'll play Mario Golf for the internet. I mean, I'm not actually good, but I mean, I'll talk shit as I play, so that'll be fun. So that's it. That's it. I'll be back here Sunday night with Johnny and my brother for the Money in the Bank post show. We'll recap Money in the Bank, and then I'll be back again Monday night after Raw. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the pro wrestling coverage after Raw, after Dynamite, and after SmackDown. Of course, mixed martial arts coverage, Ringside Report MMA with Freddie and AJ every Thursday night at 8 p.m. right here on the Ringside Report Network. Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And AJ is saying, I will kick all your butts if we play, Dave. I am Mario. AJ, I don't think you're good at video games. AJ, last week, did I tell you what I told you, John? I think I told John, but I didn't expose AJ. Last week, I go to a park with AJ, okay? AJ says he's really good at soccer. He says he's really good at soccer. I didn't see him kick the ball once. I'm kicking the ball around with little Noah, the assistant, member of the team. AJ's not kicking the ball. He says, oh, my knee hurts. I can't kick a ball. He can't even kick a ball. He can't even work a Nintendo controller. AJ talks a lot of shit. He talks a big game, but when it comes down to it, it's like, AJ, let's play. He doesn't want to play. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm injured. I can't kick a ball. AJ, you're good at soccer. Let's see. Oh, I can't kick a ball. Oh, AJ, I'm good at jiu-jitsu. Let's roll. Oh, I don't know. Not now. Like, AJ, he claims to be the best at everything, but then when I'm like, all right, let's play. Let's see how good you are. Come, kick my ass. Let's do it. He doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to do it. I've never seen AJ actually live up to his athletic prowess that he claims to have. I've heard rumors. I've heard AJ talk about it, but I've never actually seen it in action. He didn't even kick the soccer ball. I didn't see his foot touch a ball. I'm kicking the ball around. Me and Noah are kicking the ball around, you know? AJ's nowhere to be seen. He's running away. Not running, I mean. Walking.
Well, in his defense, Italy did win the Euro, so I think that took a lot out of him. So
no, this was before the game.
Okay. Well, maybe the nerves got to him, I guess.
Nervous
for the game.
That's right. No, he just got nervous, Sees me, sees the France in my eyes, and he realizes, uh-oh, I'm in too deep now. Euro Cup champions is one thing, but France is defending World Cup champions, so World Cup. And I don't remember Italy even being in the World Cup because they weren't. So how about that?
Yeah, but
how do you like them apples?
Though,
2006 was a long time ago, bro. I'm talking about the most recent World Cup. Defending World Cup champions are France. Italy didn't even make it in the World Cup. Yeah, they won the Euro. France has won a bunch of Euros. Big deal. Big deal, man. Big deal.
They won the same as Italy now.
Oh, yeah. So Italy just tied France in amount of Euros. Good for you. I mean, catch up. Catch up. Make the World Cup next time, Make the World Cup.
I think they'll make it this time.
Yeah, I think they probably will too. They might even win. Who knows?
Yeah. Them in Argentina. It looks interesting.
Whatever. France will win the World Cup again. I mean, it's highly unlikely. I mean, who repeats back-to-back World Cups? But
Brazil.
Yeah, all right. We'll talk to you later. That's it. Big Johnny, I'll talk to you on Sunday. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all on Sunday night. Enough soccer talk. We'll do that on Sunday, maybe. Wrestling talk, though. All right? See ya.